Oh, hey there. How you doing? Oh, me? I'm doing alright. Hey guys, remember the Power Rangers? It was one of my favorite TV shows to watch after coming home from school, and responsible for many battles in yards and playgrounds, where me and my friends would pretend we were the famed Power Rangers. Well, before they were the Power Rangers as we know them, they were Super Sentai, and in fact still are. The series is still on TV in Japan, and it appears the Power Rangers are still making new episodes in the US. Huh, wonder if kids these days like it. Well, I sure as hell liked the Power Rangers in the 90s, and I wanted to cover some of their games. Where the Power Rangers begin is really in the 16-bit era, but as we look at some of their games, I had to show Nintendo some love. So I wanted to play the two Super Sentai games made for the Famicom. Now I won't be covering all the Super Sentai games, just the NES ones, where we will run into the good old developer Natsume, who developed Choujin Sentai Jetman, a game published by Angel, a subsidiary of Bandai. This is the first Super Sentai game made, and the first we will look at. Choujin Sentai Jetman is a side-scrolling action game released in December of 1991. It features the 5 Rangers from the show at the time. You're able to pick any of them that you like at the beginning of levels. There are 5 levels that you can choose from, labeled by letters. You can freely choose what level to visit at the beginning of the game, or after completing a stage. After the 5 stages are beat, the game will bring you to one final stage, where you will fight the final boss. When choosing your ranger, they aren't all the same. It's more than the color of them that differentiates them. The red and black ranger use the bringer sword and have 8 hit points. The blue and white ranger have guns called bird blasters and have 6 hit points. The yellow ranger is unique as it's the only ranger that uses the wing gauntlets. The attack powers vary. I found the guns are the weakest and took more hits to kill enemies, though the range of them spans the entire screen. Besides your main weapons, all rangers have a kick move. Now when starting this game, you have the option between 2 difficulties, easy and normal. I didn't play easy, so I don't know what the difference is, but this is one of the easiest games I've played on the NES, even on normal mode. I believe Natsume knew this as well, so if you hold the A and B button as you press start at the beginning of the game, it unlocks hard and very hard mode. I tested the very hard mode out just because I wanted to see what it was about, and what it does is it only gives you 1 hit point and doesn't drop any health pickups. I beat a few levels on the highest difficulty, and I must say, if I was playing this for the first time, I would just go right to very hard mode. It makes the game a little more intense, otherwise trust me, this is a super easy game. I would say overall that is the game's glaring weakness. Otherwise the controls are great, the hitboxes are fine, and the music is good as well. The levels are cake to navigate through. There is no platforming, just keep walking right. You will avoid some projectiles and very few enemies with very few unique abilities. Some enemies will drop health refills, or your super ability, which will clear the entire screen of enemies. All of the levels feel like a walk in the park. What's cool though is at the end of these levels is a boss battle where you take the form of the Great Icarus, which is basically the Dragon Zord, and battle other mega robots that are from the show. During the boss battles, the game basically turns into a fighter, where you will try to box out the other robot. There is a power bar that gradually fills up, and with each power bar of your meter, you're able to unleash a special ranged attack. At first I didn't know what this power meter did. I thought it just increased the power of my punches. I was getting my ass kicked and tried to pause the game, which is the select button, but I hit start and unleashed an attack. It definitely makes all the boss battles easier, so make sure you take advantage of that. Overall, this game isn't bad. It was pretty fun. I think if they added some platforming, maybe some pits you could fall down into, and quicker enemies, the game would have been a more rewarding experience. As it stands though, it's alright. Quick easy game with passwords to get back to levels and a battle mode where you can battle the 5 bosses without having to navigate through the stages to fight them. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll have the second video up later this week covering the other NES game. This has been Late Night Retro. Until next time.